You have 5 seconds before the door is sealed. 5, 4, 3, 2...
Where was I just sitting 5 seconds ago?
So you've worked on various genres throughout your career. So just wondering, like, how does working on a horror film like The Watchers compare to your past roles?
Yeah, I mean, I like doing all different kinds of genres. I think that's one of the fun things about what I do is that you can do all different kinds of things. I enjoy all different kinds of movies. So with this, I mean, I feel it has that supernatural element for sure, but it's also a very grounded, real story at the same time. It's kind of rooted in, you know, these very human characters also. So I liked that there was kind of a mix of like a realistic story and like what could be plausible with things that are obviously supernatural or fairy tale-esque and that kind of Celtic folklore vibe. I liked the mix of kind of those worlds.
I easily classified your character as a rule breaker. Like, from jump, she comes in and she shakes up everything that they thought was normal. Would you consider yourself a rule breaker at any point of your life or just in general?
I wouldn't totally characterize myself as a rule breaker. But if your rules are dumb.
I'm the same way. Like, if it doesn't make sense, I can't connect the dots.
So if it makes sense to me, I'll follow it. If it doesn't, then I might not.
Totally get it. What's a character that you previously played that you feel could easily stand up to the changelings? I know who I would pick, but I would love to hear who you would pick.
Maybe Jane in one of the Twilight movies. She might say Pain.
Yeah.
Say a little Pain.
I think I would actually go with Ray from Uptown Girls.
That was going to be my second choice.
Who is currently trending all over TikTok right now. Exactly. Yeah. So how does that, just to off bar a little bit, how does that feel to have a role that you played all these years ago, like trend right now?
I love it.
Everybody's joining in on it.
It's fun because I was talking about this the other day with my girlfriends, is everyone that watched that movie as a kid or a teenager or whatever, I was 8 when I did that, so, you know, that kind of 8 to 16 zone that was watching it. Now we're all adults, and so it's like super nostalgic for all of us, and I love it that it's being revisited, and I love keeping Brittany's memory alive too through it. That's one of the best parts about it.
Absolutely. Okay, one last thing. I want to play a quick game with you that's probably unfair, but here we go. So you got to work with M. Night Shyamalan's daughter in this film, but let's backtrack to M. Night for a second. I'm going to play a game of this or that with you and put his movies against each other.
Oh, wow. Okay, all right, okay.
Okay, so Split or Unbreakable?
Whew, that's hard. Maybe Split?
Agreed. Sixth Sense or Signs?
I gotta go Sixth Sense.
Okay.
I gotta go Sixth Sense. They're both so good, but I gotta go Sixth Sense, I think.
Agreed. So Sixth Sense or The Watchers?
Oh, man. I gotta go Team Ishana. I gotta go The Watchers.
Fair enough. And then we can just wrap all this up with, if you can share with me some of your experience on set. Like, I know you guys were on location in the actual woods in Ireland. What was that? What did that feel like? That would be eerie to me, and I would kind of like lean into that feeling for my character, but like, how did you handle that?
For sure. Well, it was interesting because like once you would kind of go into the forest, because you couldn't get like trailers or big trucks or cars super close to where you were entering. So once you were in there, you were kind of in there the whole day. And it was so crazy because at certain times when the light would hit a certain way, it would look so beautiful and kind of angelic and spiritual, and then the light would go away and you'd be like, where am I? What time is it? Like, it was kind of a time warp in the best way, which really was helpful for us making the movie.
What was your first thought of the script after reading it? Because I would have been just dumbfounded.
I loved it. I was so excited, and like when I was reading it, I felt all those feelings of like what is going on, who's telling the truth, what's really going, like, are there people out there, what is, how is this whole world getting created, and then, you know, the different twists that are in it. I just loved it. And then I read the book, and the book, you know, obviously expands even more because it's a book, so it's got longer time, but it's great.
Yeah, that was gonna be one of the questions I asked. Did you get a chance to read the book beforehand? And you did. And I think what I love about reading a book before actually seeing a movie is I get to create the world in my mind. So your version of what you created in your mind, how similar was it to what you guys actually, you know, did on set? Like, did it help with as an actress?
Yeah, I actually think they kind of went beyond my limited imagination, like actually seeing the, you know, I saw the renderings for the coupe before we saw it built, and it was just so beautiful and stunning, and I was like, oh my God, it looks like that. So it was very cool to read the book and to get more of a backstory and understand the world a bit more, but I was kind of blown away with how they actually physically made it. Yeah.
What was most important to you to bring to life within your character?
I think it was just, I don't know if there was anything that I was like, oh, I really need to do this. I just wanted her to be very feminine and soft and sweet, and to really feel like a fish out of water, like she just doesn't know how to kind of cope with this situation.
Yeah, speaking of coping with the situation, there's a scene where your husband shows back up at the door, and he's begging to come in, and that was a really difficult scene to watch because of course you're conflicted, like this is your person, but you also know that there's a chance they may not be the same. How do you think you would have fared in real life if it had come to that?
Oh my God, I don't know. It would be very hard not to open that door if you were able to, if there was no one else kind of there stopping you. I think it would be pretty difficult to just be like, no, I don't care.
So you guys were on location in Ireland, in the woods, from what I hear. How creepy was that? And did some of that creepiness like help with bringing some of these emotions to life?
It was not that creepy. I think because, you know, when you're making a film, there's just so many people around. There's so much going on, so many people kind of staying up over there, and there's lights everywhere. So it didn't necessarily feel like it was scary, but actually being out in the elements definitely helped, and actually seeing the forest and feeling like you were in it made it feel very immersive, like you were really there, yeah.
And our final question, what was it like working with Ishana for her first, like her directorial debut? Like that had to be special. She's the daughter of an icon, and you know, just how was that?
It was wonderful. She's so intelligent and she's so passionate, and it's so much fun working with people on their first kind of films, because usually it's like their baby, they're so excited about it, they're putting so much effort into it. It was great. She's wonderful, and I'm very excited to see how her career goes from here.
I think it's gonna go pretty well.
I think so too.
So thank you so much for sitting with me. Loved you in the film, and I can't wait to see how people react to all of this, because it's a lot to take in.